If you tend to shit in your pants when you receive the ball under pressure in a match, this video is for you. Because why is it that when you're training and you're playing with your mates, you're Messi from 2012, but then when you're in a match, suddenly you forget how to kick a football? Well, this used to happen to me too, so much so that I took an entire year off from football to work on myself. But you, my friend, you don't have to do that, because I'm going to share with you what I have learned to help you fix this problem in the next few minutes. Now, first of all, we know that scanning is important, but there's a way to scan that no one actually talks about, and I don't understand why. The problem with scanning is that you have to look away from the ball. That is the biggest problem with it. You need to see what's happening around you, but you don't want to look away from the ball because you're afraid that you will miscontrol the ball and the ball will bounce off your foot like a trampoline. If you look away for too long, when the ball arrives, you have to make 7 different decisions at once, and if you think that you can pull it all off, I'm sorry to say, but you're not Neo from the Matrix. And so the way to fix this is to calculate the trajectory of the ball the moment it leaves your teammate's foot. And no, you don't need to bust out a protractor or the Pythagorean theorem, you just need to use your eyes. Take one really good look at the ball the moment it leaves your teammate's foot. Once the ball is traveling, it will not change trajectory unless it's intercepted. And if it is intercepted, then well, be prepared for a counter. But when the ball does leave your teammate's foot, look at the speed, the spin, and the direction of the ball. And yes, I know it sounds like a lot, but you only need one really good look at the ball. Assume this is a ground ball. Estimate where the pass is going to go. Are you going to stop it with your left foot or are you going to stop it with your right foot? How fast is the ball coming into you? Is it just a regular pass or is it being zipped into you? What does the spin on the ball look like? Is it coming in with backspin or is there some sort of a curve on the ball? Once you take a really good look at the ball and you have all the information that you need, I promise you, you don't have to give the ball the same death stare that your mom gives you. You'd be able to look away, scan, stick your foot out, and the ball would be under your control. You'd be trapping balls so well it'll look like the ball just swiped right on your foot. But what it does is that it also gives you more time to scan, because you can look away for slightly longer, look back, and you will not panic because you know exactly where the ball is going to go and you know exactly how you're going to control it. And the best way to train this is to go up to a wall and do wall passing. As the ball rebounds off the wall, take one really good look at the ball, calculate the speed, the spin, and the direction of the ball, look away and scan, and then try and control the ball. If the ball still flies away, congratulations, you just lost to the wall. Try again. Quick interruption to this video. If you want to stay 3 steps ahead in your next match, the Tactical IQ Accelerator is for you. Within your next 2 to 3 match reviews, you'll be able to spot patterns earlier on the pitch, and you'll know exactly when to speed up or take control of the play. It takes 60 to 90 minutes per game, and you'll walk into your next match creating chances instead of reacting to them. And all of this costs less than a pair of league football boots. So if you're interested in investing in your tactical IQ, click the link in the pinned comment down below. Now the second one is counterintuitive, but it helped me, so I'm going to share it with you. There was a time where I was injured for a year and a half on and off, and there was this team that I was playing for. And while I was playing for them, I was desperate to prove myself to them. I wanted to show them that I had it in me and that I belonged on that team. At that point, if someone had told me barking at the ball would improve my shooting, I would have done that too. That's how desperate I was. Basically, what I'm saying is that every advice that I got from the coaches at that time, I took it in. I didn't even stop to ask myself if I actually needed that advice. I just wanted to stand out. Now, one of the coaches on that team told me that I had to change my shooting form. There was nothing wrong with my shooting form, but because my last 2 brain cells were fighting to be validated, neither of them stopped to think whether or not I actually needed that advice. So I took on that advice and I started hesitating in front of goal. Where I would normally just slot the ball in, my brain now would stop me and try to readjust. And by the time I figured out what needed to be done, the defender had already stolen the ball and left me a thank you note. Now the point that I'm trying to make is that you don't have to listen to your coaches. Sure, every now and then they do give you good advice as well, but it's on you to decide whether or not that advice is going to help you. If something is already working for you, you don't have to necessarily change it just because the coach said so. Just because that's not how it's supposed to be done doesn't mean it's wrong. Don't go down a feedback spiral of trying to take on every piece of advice that the coach gives you because you're trying to impress her or him. I remember watching this Steph Curry video when I was trying to improve my jump shot, and he said that most people like to aim for the box on top of the basket when they're shooting, but he likes to aim for the intersection between the net and the rim. Now that's not how most people shoot, but that works for him. Now a coach might say that that is wrong, but that is just a manufacturing defect that works in the favor of the world's best 3-point shooter. Realize that the coach's opinion is just an opinion. If you don't know what to do, listen to the coach. But your coach did not write the football gospel. Even if you're given specific tactics instructions, you can still add your own flair to it. But just remember to not be stubborn. If the same mistake keeps showing up over and over again, the mistake is not the problem, you are. Now, this third one helped me reduce my nerves by 90% without even solving the problem yet. It's like opening the Pandora's box of secrets, which is great because most of the time, the advice that you get around nerves is that you just have to be more confident, which is like telling someone who's drowning that you just have to swim better. Now, there was a time where thinking of trials or thinking of match days would make me nervous. I could be sitting here in this chair in front of my laptop and my heart would start pounding. There would be butterflies in my stomach. And I never really understood why, because I was always doing the work, I was training really hard, but the thought of a trial or a match would make me nervous. Until I came across this line: fear is in the vague, never in the specific. Generally, when we are afraid, we think that it is this big, massive thing. We are afraid of the trial, we are afraid of the match day, but it's actually a one very specific part of our game that we are afraid of because we don't think that we are up to par yet. I had three things that I was afraid of: speed, stamina, and the ability to be able to control the ball with pressure on my back. I was afraid because I wasn't sure if I was adequate in these areas. And the best way to figure out what you're afraid of is to try and daydream about the trial. When you see yourself messing up in a trial, what are you actually messing up? What are you avoiding in your daydreams? What are you having to rewind and replay in your daydreams? That's usually what you're actually afraid of. I said those three things out loud to myself, and 90% of my anxiety just vanished. The heart pounding that I had, it went away. The butterflies in my stomach, the butterflies flew away. I hadn't even fixed it yet at that point, but getting really specific and admitting it to myself really helps. It turns out, as much as fear loves drama, it hates the details. Now, if you want to take your tactical IQ to the next level, be sure to check out the Tactical IQ Accelerator in the pinned comment down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.